Hello, today we're going to learn how to make some banana chocolate chip muffins. These are really tasty. They're great to put in your lunch or just take as a snack for when you're outdoors. This recipe specifically makes 2 dozen of these muffins. They're really good and really tasty, and let's get started. Before you do anything, what you'll want to do is preheat your oven to 350 Fahrenheit. That way, when your batter is ready, you can just get right on to cooking it. Okay, so first what you're going to need is you'll need 4 to 6 bananas, depending upon the size. I had some smaller bananas this time, so I used 6 bananas. And what you're going to do is you're going to mash them up, so it's just a paste. Okay, now that that's a paste, you're going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And then you'll add 1 cup of granulated sugar. After that, you'll add a ½ cup of vegetable oil. You can also use butter or margarine for that matter, but I definitely prefer to use vegetable oil for this recipe. And now you're going to mix this up thoroughly. Okay, once you have that all mixed up thoroughly, what you are going to do is you're going to add 2 eggs. Now it looks like I have 4 eggs in here, but surprisingly I had 2 double yolked eggs right in a row. I've never had that happen before. I've had double yolked eggs before. I had 2 right in a row, and I bought them from a store that I had never gotten double yolked eggs from before, but that's cool. So as I said, even though you see 4 yolks here, make sure that you're using just 2 eggs. And you're just going to mix that up thoroughly. Once that is mixed up thoroughly, what you're going to do is you're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. Then you'll add a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. After that, you'll add 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon. And then you'll add in 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, not sugar. Make sure that you're using powder for that part. Then you'll add in a ½ teaspoon of baking soda. Then you'll add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And lastly, you'll add 1¼ cups of chocolate chips. It doesn't truly matter what type of chocolate chips you use. You could use semi-sweet or milk chocolate or even white chocolate if you want, but I have semi-sweet right now. So now all that you're going to do is you're going to mix all of this up thoroughly as per usual. Now that it's mixed up thoroughly, you can go get your muffin pan. Okay, now that you have your muffin pan, what you're going to do is you're going to get a brush like so. You can just buy them at basically any store where you can find baking supplies. And you're going to get some margarine, butter, or some sort of vegetable oil on it. And now you're just going to make sure that you thoroughly grease each and every one of these. So you're probably going to have to dip your brush into whichever grease you are preferring, but just make sure that you fully grease them up nicely, like so. Make sure that you get up the sides. You might even like to maybe do just a little bit around the edges of them, because perhaps your muffins might overflow a little bit. And whatever you choose to do, just make sure that's greased up really good. It'll save you the hassle of trying to get them out of the pan later on, of course. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to put batter in them so that each one is about half full. That's a little easier said than done. Don't worry about making it perfect, but just try to get it about half full. No worries if you go a little over. And you can actually get like a little spoon if you'd prefer to do that. Then you might be a little more accurate. And just go through the painful process of filling up each one of the muffin spots on your pan. And don't be afraid of spilling a little bit on the edges. That's no big deal. Unless you're a perfectionist, then I guess that's your problem. Okay, now that you can see that all of them are full, it's time to put them in the oven. And you're going to be looking for about somewhere between the 15 to 20 minute mark. Just keep your eyes on them. You want them to be golden brown on top. And if you want, you can test them with a toothpick. You can just poke them all with toothpicks, or just a couple of them, and if the toothpick comes out without any batter on it, then they'll be done. But obviously it'll probably come out with chocolate because chocolate stays melted, right? So just make sure that you don't have any of the batter on the toothpick when you take it out. Okay, it's been 15 minutes and I used the toothpick to test them, and these are now ready. And my camera's not picking it up, but they are golden brown on top. And if you did grease it well, what you should be able to do is just flip it over. I wish I had a bigger metal rack here, but we'll just go like that, lose one over the side of the counter. Now I actually caught it. And there you have it. All of them are nicely done. So you're just going to let them cool off a little bit before you dare try eating them. And that is how you make banana chocolate chip muffins. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit the subscribe button below, and you can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook if you have those. And I hope that you have a good day.